Agatha All Along, episode 4, now out. Let's talk about it.
Follow me, my friend, to Gloria.
Okay, so the newest episode of Agatha All Along is now out on Disney Plus for you guys to go and check out right now. Last week's episode was an interesting episode. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So I was excited to see where we're going to go in episode 4. Where would this story continue on? What more reveals are we going to get? And obviously we had the big death at the end of the last episode that kind of now plays into the story a bit more moving forward. So I was excited. Like, I don't think Agatha is like the greatest TV show of all time or anything like that. I don't think it's the best MCU show currently right now. But it has got me intrigued and it is entertaining. So we get into episode 4 and straight off the bat, there is a character that appears in this episode, which is Aubrey Plaza's character. Rio is what she's called in this episode. She comes into this episode. I'm enjoying the quirkiness of that character. I really am. And, you know, Miss Plaza just somehow has a knack for playing these characters where you're like, and they say it very, very brilliantly in this episode of like, I don't know whether to like her or hate her, be scared of her, or, you know, want to do other things. Like, it just, there's so many things running through your mind when she's on screen and when she's playing this quirky, wacky character that you just don't understand what you feel towards it. And she just brings it. And she's adding this interesting dynamic in the group as we move forward in the story. And it's showcased in this episode. So obviously now we know that there's some history. We already knew from the first one, but now we know more about a history between Agatha and Rio. What actually occurred and what's going on there. Now, there are hints throughout here that I think I have an idea of who Rio truly is as a character. And if it is revealed to being who I think it is and who the character is, they've obviously deviated from a storyline that was very, very big in their comics. And I don't know how comic fans are going to like that story. And I don't know how I feel with them doing, if this is if it's true. If it is this character doing this storyline this way with Agatha, I don't know if that works. But there are some subtle hints and stuff like that that are directing me towards this. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But that's just a thing that's gone through my mind. And no, it's not Mephisto. I don't think she's Mephisto. Although, I do think maybe the kid is Mephisto now. Because it's kind of hinted towards that he's not Agatha's son. But why would he still have... He cannot be able to... See, that's the big question revolving around him. Is why can't he say his name? Who put that on there? Or, like, that's the big mystery. And it's, Rio says that, oh, that's not your son. But is she lying? That's the question. Is Rio lying about that? Or is he Mephisto? Maybe he is Mephisto. I don't know. Theories running through everywhere. So yeah, I mean, if Rio is the character that I'm thinking of, then I don't know how we're going to deal with that. I don't know. It's just going to be, crazy. But anyway, the rest of this episode, when they go into the next trial, look, I thought the first trial was wacky and creative and something different. And I really, really like that. And then we get into this one and it's like they got to jam and sing a song that is going to protect them from this curse. And now the curse popped up. I did not expect the curse to look like that. But that was pretty cool when I saw the curse. I was like, okay, here we go. We're going into some demonic sort of stuff here going on. Maybe it's Mephisto. That's the first thought that went through my mind was, Mephisto! He's here! No, it was just a curse. But I just feel like the musical number in that was kind of... It just didn't work for me. It just didn't add the stuff that I was looking for in that particular moment. And it kind of felt a little cheap in a way, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're defeating this curse by a song, by the ballad. Great. So I didn't really enjoy that, but I like the interaction and stuff before they get to that, before they figure out what the next trial is, and you have, you know, Agatha trying to get everyone on her side against Rio, because they obviously summon Rio, And n- not everyone feels comfortable around Rio. Let's just say that. Not everyone. They're trying to figure out what's going on here and what's happening. And then obviously we have the moment where the kid is injured by the glass and they go out and Agatha's all concerned. So you see her drop the act for a change and she's like a different character almost. She's compassion. She's looking after the kid. She's worried. She feels something for this kid. And then obviously, she comes back and puts her act back on. And this is where we see the other witches come together to help and that. And then there's a little subtle with the elder witch, the one that's sitting there. She's saying things and then forgetting about it and saying like, huh? Say what? Like, that's got to play into something. Like, there's enough crumbs here that have got me intrigued to see where we're going in this story and what's happening. And that is what's keeping me entertained at this point in time. Some of the shots, you can tell that there is like, obviously not shot on location. That you can see that maybe a little bit of green screen or on the the sound whatever set design thing that they've got now down in Disney that they use for the Mandalorian. So you can see all that stuff. I thought this episode was decent. It's not like, I don't think it's my favorite episode. I still think last week's episode was better. I don't think episode 2 was better. I think this is better than episode 1. But like I said, I feel like there's things going on here that we just don't know yet. And that's what's keeping me intrigued. It's like, I'm intrigued to see where we're going. What are going to be the reveals? What's going to happen? And like I said, Rio's character is brilliant because it's just adding to this whole new dimension. Like, just feeling this unhinged thing and like what could potentially happen with that character. Who's going to be, what's going to happen? What's going to be the interaction? Do people are going to like her over Agatha? What's going to happen there? What's going to happen between her and Agatha? So there's so many things like that that are just keeping me invested. But if Rio turns out to be this character that I think she might be, it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see what the discourse is going to be about it if this does happen. Now, some of you might think you know who I'm talking about, and let's just say it involves a character, this character that I think she might be, is normally involved with another character in the comic storyline and a character we've already seen in the MCU in multiple movies. Tall, big, maybe an alien. If you guys know, then you will know who I'm talking about. So, but let me know what your theories are. Let me know what you guys think so far of Agatha. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.